This is Dr.Naureen Sohail, and you're listening to Illuminate. Today's podcast is about finding the GPS in your life. It's Sunday. I'm going to visit my cousin Nomi. I know she will treat me with warm parathas and potato bhujia. I can't wait. I visit her quite often, so I have no difficulty following the route to her house. However, this time there was construction on the highway, and the detour took me to an area that I was not familiar with. I struggled with my phone to put Nomi's address in, which obviously I barely remembered. In any case, thanks to the Google Maps app, I was able to mark a nearby structure as my destination. The GPS took me through the shortest and time-saving route to Nomi's house. On my way, I kept on thinking, how did we manage pre-GPS? I can almost hear my Gen Z audience saying, "You were driving pre-GPS? How old are you?" My dears, believe it or not, GPS only became a norm in the past couple of decades. GPS has made our lives so much easier, except for when you want to take a different route to your destination and an annoying voice keeps on nagging you to take a U-turn. I feel like we also have an inbuilt GPS in us. Some people call it their conscience. Others say it's a gut feeling. For me, it is like a divine voice in my head. You may have experienced something like that too. I've become so used to listening to this friendly voice that now I can have a conversation with it, where I talk and the friendly voice listens, and sometimes the voice talks and I listen. Sometimes we have an argument. I feel that this voice tries its best to pull me to the route closest to Allah, the option that will give me the more spiritual gain. However, my nafse ammara, or the animal brain, pulls me to the more worldly option, the option that will give me more worldly gain. This tug of war has become a norm in my brain. From decision making to problem solving, there's a constant struggle and back and forth conversation going on in my head. Let me give you two examples. The first is an everyday example. So let's say there's a leftover food on the plate. My brain says, throw it in the garbage, it's closer and almost full, it will be easier to take one back to the bin. Whereas my divine voice says, no, recycle, it's good for the environment. Who am I going to listen to? Well, I've had that argument so many times with my friend that this decision is a no-brainer now. I've made so many arguments over this for decades that this decision has become a habit. I've overcome myself. My body follows the direction of my divine friend instantly, even before my brain can form a thought. In many of these moments, my brain stays quiet now because it knows that my response will be in favor of my divine friend. A more complex example would be when my heart yearns to buy a high-end designer outfit for a special event. My heart pleads, the whole family is going to be there. You want to fit in with your fashionable friends. And my divine friend says, why would you do that? It is going to hang in your closet. Maybe you will wear it once a year. Why not upcycle an outfit, give it a new look, and give the money to humanity first? My GPS nags me to take a U-turn, which is annoying. In this tug of war, my body and soul are exhausted. There's a constant struggle. My heart is on one side, fighting for my worldly short-term gains, whereas my divine friend is trying to show me the long-term spiritual gains in Allah Ta'ala's eyes. This is the jihad of self, in Promised Messiah Salam's words. This is the jihad that grows us spiritually. Our soul is strengthened when we fight with ourselves and follow the directions of the divine voice. There have been times when I have let myself, my desires, win over the tug of war. The divine voice lets it go. And even though in my head I won, the reality is that I fall backwards on the ground, badly hurt from the fall, holding a stupid rope. Over numerous such senseless wins and idiotic falls, I've learned that the win is not worth it. Even with the win, I end up feeling that I lost. Sometimes it takes me days to make a decision. Sometimes there's an ache in my heart, and it seems like the divine voice is going to lose the argument. You know what helps me make a decision? When I put Allah Ta'ala as a mediator in this fight. When I connect my GPS with the divine satellite. When I say, what would Allah Ta'ala want me to do? What would please Him? That's when the divine friend and I come to a consensus. The goal of pleasing Allah Ta'ala, being one of His favorite people, helps me to make a righteous decision. So much so that now I have made a pact with my divine friend that no matter what, I'm never going to ignore it. I'm not saying that myself is now muted or I have become a Sufi and left the world altogether. What I am saying is that over the period of years, I've found a balance. Each time my divine friend wins, I'm a little bit closer to Allah Ta'ala. His divine magnetic power pulls me a little bit more. I encourage you to listen to your GPS. Have a stronger connection with the divine satellite and overcome yourself in getting closer to Allah Ta'ala. This podcast is a humble effort in gratitude to Allah Ta'ala. It is based on Dr.Naureen Sohail's observations, personal experiences, thoughts, and learning while navigating her own life as a Canadian Muslim.